Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is Carmine Sabia for Explain America. And you know, if you give President Joe Biden enough time, he will actually out himself. He will actually tell you the truth about what he's doing and what his plans are, because he just keeps mumbling, bumbling, and stumbling. And that's what just happened. And Ronnie Jackson, he called him on it. Folks, before we get started, please make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Those little things really help us out. See, President Joe Biden wants you to believe that he's sending 1,500 troops to the U.S. border because he's going to get tough on immigration. But the very opposite is true. He's actually sending 1,500 troops to the border to help people come into the United States. And if you don't believe me, you can listen to his own words on MSNBC. And then you can listen to Dr. Ronnie Jackson, Republican representative from Texas, actually explain what Biden's going to do. See, Biden slipped up. He let you know the game in an interview this week, and a lot of people didn't report on it. A lot of people didn't pay attention. That's why we have Explain America, because we're going to tell people the truth. We're going to call this stuff out, and you're going to see it. And hopefully you're going to share it with people and let them see it. That's why we always ask you to like, comment, share, and subscribe. It's super important because people have to see this stuff. Let's take a look at Biden, and then let's take a look at Ronnie Jackson.
We're in a situation now where those 1,500 people at the border, they're not there to enforce the law. They're there to free up the border agents that need to be on the border. And we're having another 1,000 people coming in. They're asylum judges to make judgments, to move things along. I've asked this Congress for help in terms of what they need at the border. They need more agents. They need more people to clear people. They need more action to, for example, we need these farm workers. They're badly needed. There has to be a legal pathway to citizenship.
All right, instead of addressing the problem, they're sending people down there to help with the processing so we can just get more people into the country. I mean, I think this works hand in hand with what they've been doing all along. Don't think for a minute this is not intentional. You know, the Democrats had control of the House, the Senate, and the White House for 2 years. They could have done something about the border. They could have done it on their own terms, but they didn't do anything. And the reason they didn't do that was because this is intentional. This is the progressives, the far left, driving this process and having 1,500 troops down there to help with the administrative burden and a bunch of extra judges down there so they can look at these asylum seekers at their cases and get them into the country. That's what's going to happen. We're going to have just a ton of people that are going to actually get access to the country as a result of all of this, and it's got to stop. I saw something the other day. The State Department said that there's upwards of 5 million people that are waiting to come into this country at some point. This is unsustainable, and I think that the only reason Biden cares about it right now, the only reason he's sending people down there is because he's coming up on an election. And he wants it to look like he's doing something, but he's doing nothing but probably making the situation worse.
Or he just wants us to not look there. I mean, the processing is about moving people through, getting them out of the way, not having a situation like the Haitians under the bridge that might actually bring the, the left-wing media in to finally have to cover it. We've been talking to some of the people who live along the border. The level of helplessness and hopelessness is just through the roof as Title 42 comes to expire, as we see these shootings that many people wonder if do they involve cartel members coming across, because we know that's a huge problem. What can you do, and what can the state of Texas do if the administration, as you said, is clearly that this is intentional, that they want this to happen?
Well, I think the state of Texas, we're doing a lot, and we're doing as much as we possibly can. We're operating under the threat of the federal government. Biden has threatened the state of Texas that if our law enforcement officers get more aggressive with securing the border, that they will be, subject to federal crimes. So, I mean, it's a shame that we have a commander in chief and a head of state that threatens, our state law enforcement agency like that. But that's part of what's going on. We're going to do something about it in the House, and it's going to be up to the Democrats in the Senate to push this through and Biden to sign it. But we're going to pass H.R. 2 next week. H.R. 2 is going to go back to, some of the Trump era policies that work so well. We're going to reestablish the construction of the wall. We're going to reestablish Remain in Mexico. We're going to get rid of the parole system. We're going to adjust the asylum, the threshold for what meets a claim of asylum. All these different things. There's a ton of stuff in there that we need to secure our border, and hopefully we can get that done. And hopefully there'll be enough pressure on them, being it's an election year to pass this through. But we'll see. It remains to be seen.
Yeah, that remains to be seen with a Democrat Senate. All right. Thank you, Congressman. Really appreciate you joining us this morning.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. So you see, Biden admitted it. They're not there to enforce the law. And Ronnie Jackson explained to you exactly what the game is. The troops are not there because Biden's tough on immigration. He's not going to enforce anything. He's going to enforce the same nonsense immigration policy he's had. In fact, he wants to make it easier. You heard him. He wants to make it easier for people to come in. This is absolute insanity on steroids. There is an absolute surge at the border of unprecedented proportions, and this Nimrod, this dimwit, wants to make it easier. This is a president of the United States. You know, President Trump said a long time ago, you're not a nation if you don't have borders, and that is true. Every nation has borders. It goes back for all of human history. Read your Bible. Nations had borders. This is insane, and what Biden's doing is insane, and we have to put a stop to it at the voting booth in 2024. Folks, I'm Carmine Sabia. This is Explain America. Remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe, please. We love you guys. God bless you. Take care, everybody.